Tinubu was speaking in Owerri, the Imo State capital, at the second-term inauguration of Governor Hope Uzodinma.
I assure you, there will be substantial development in the education of your children. You will see the priority in industrialization. Healthcare will receive more allocation and more attention. Don't worry about what you're hearing about the japa syndrome. We will train more people. And then we can supply them safe.
All right, let's see some reactions to this. Belief says, train people by propaganda. It's unthinkable for a leader to make such statement. Who will train the more people? Will the government hire foreigners to come and train Nigerians? And more thoughts will be from another social media user who says, I am a programmer. And he says, after training them, when those that japa come back, they will be employed and be rated above Nigeria made. And then for Boo, it says, why do I feel that's a very wasteful thinking? We are losing vital human resources, not to mention how much federal government has spent subsidizing education. We should find solutions to japa syndrome. And also talking about the cost of education right there. But just yesterday, a new memo from the Office of the Chief of Staff, Femi Gbajabiamila, revealed that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu gave approval to the now suspended Minister of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Betta Edu, for the release of 3 billion naira. Now, the essence of the approval is to verify the National Social Register under the Muhammadu Buhari administration. The letter, which is dated September 18, 2023, was a response to a request that was titled, it was said on that paper that it was a response to an appeal to use 3 billion naira from the COVID-19 Palliative Fund for verification of the National Social Register. And it says the subject above refers, paragraph 2 will be that please be informed that Mr. President has approved the expenditure of 3 billion naira only from the COVID-19 fund, Palliative Fund for verification of the National Social Register. And it says, please accept the assurance of my highest regards. We may want to call this a leaked memo because I'm not sure it should have been in the public space. So this trended again yesterday, maybe as a justification of what happened. But let's see how Nigerians are reacting to this matter. Olamilekon says, what they said from COVID-19 palliative funds, and millions of Nigerians were hungry during COVID-19 and lockdown in 2020, but the palliatives were kept for future embezzlement. This is unreal, and no one believed. Oh, well, you have to. That's a document right there. More thought is Edu, who says if the presidency approved it through his chief of staff, why was Betta Edu suspended since the money was approved by the presidency? And in reaction is Benson, who says, is there no distinction between fund approval and fund management? That an expenditure is approved does not mean it cannot be mismanaged at the point of project execution. If misappropriated, it is the accounting officer that will be held liable and not the approving authority. And final reaction from Blease says, if you thought Betta Edu was alone and lonely at the top, then you don't know better on your mandate things. Okay, so let's see who would be reacting to this first, if there will be reactions to this news on the space of social media. Now, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Wike, has apologized to a former chairman of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State, Felix Obwa, for asking him to step down for the current governor of the state, Sim Fubara, in the build-up to the 2023 elections. He also apologized to the people of Rivers State for what he called his wrong choice of Fubara, which he blamed on his ignorance as a human being.
As you small rats, rats who were nothing. They don't even know what their parents' name are. They don't even know where they are living. They brought them to me. Today, I see them opening their mouth, talking about the Buddha. So I want this opportunity to apologize to all of you. To Obozeghie for taking a decision that hurts you. I'm sorry. Your judgment may not be right all the time, but I'm a human being.
Okay, Wike right there saying that Fubara is a rat, not just a rat, but small rat. Oh gosh. For this user, it says, my friend, go and face the mayhem that kidnappers are unleashing in Abuja. That is your place of primary assignment. And then for another user, Fola says, I think Sim Fubara is patiently waiting for Supreme Court judgment. Then we will know what he's capable of. Wisdom is profitable. Sim Fubara will run Wike Street last. And more thought from this user, Mr. Luke, saying, he says, I actually blame Oboa for being very selfish. He had the rare opportunity of being a governor, but for God knows what agreement he has with you, he can never be a governor ever again. And final thought on that from Spence says, Wike will never try what he is doing to Sim with Oboa, and he knows it. Oh well. If you try to use small rats for Fubara as a synonym, that's going to be on you. Remember that you are quoting Nyesom Wike, right? Now to our final story. Reacting to the recent serial abduction and killings of kidnapped victims in Abuja, the wife of Nigeria's president, Remi Tinubu, has sent her condolences and called for fervent prayers against the troubling wave across the country. In a post on her verified X handle, she wants Nigerian security agencies to intensify effort against the menace. And then she wrote on X yesterday that, okay, so let's take some reactions to this. This user is reacting and he says, those with power to act should stop rendering public prayers and consolations. We don't need it. It adds more pain. We want actions. Let government be seen to take lead in providing solutions to that. And then more thought. It says, Mama, tell Baba to restructure the country. Let states run their security and secure their borders and forests with citizens of the locality, people who know their terrain well. And also, Mayola says, if Remi Tinubu thinks his prayers the kidnapped girls need, then maybe Nigeria should disband its army, Air Force, Navy, DSS, police, since they are useless and outlived their usefulness. And then final thought from Joshua would be that the security chiefs should be sacked with immediate effect. Enough of all these condolences from government. Now, this is what the wife of the president is saying. She says, it is with a heavy heart that I acknowledge the devastating loss of Nabiha. Nabiha is a 400-level student who was killed on Sunday when her parents could not meet the ransom of herself and 5 other sisters. And she says that she extends her condolences to her grieving family. She continued to say, in difficult moments like this, I urge the nation to join in fervent prayers for the safe return of these girls. Let us hold the families close to our heart in prayers. I implore our security agencies to intensify their effort in addressing the pressing matter of kidnapping and insecurity in our nation. The safety and swift return of the Al-Qadriya sisters and others in captivity should be our paramount concern. To the parents, especially mothers, I appealed for intensified prayers for our children and for peace to prevail in our beloved country. Last paragraph would be that may the Almighty God comfort the Al-Qadriya family for their loss, and may God bring all the children back home safely. 1,001 times prayer was mentioned right here in the post. So that's what she said. So that's everything on Kakaaki Social this morning. Thank you so much for being a part of it. The show will return after now with Adora and Kunle.